Hey YouTube. Hey, welcome to another video. This is Ken and Shell.
What's going on, everybody?
Please hit like and subscribe. We haven't seen y'all in a while. I'm a little under the weather, but just bear with us today.
Talk back to us, y'all.
Yeah, hit like and subscribe. We're gonna bring y'all into our relationship a little bit today, like for real. This video it's relationship content like we normally do, but it's more so about what our expectations in a relationship as far as reliability, consistency, and stability. Me and my hubby were talking about what we both expect as a woman or a man in a relationship as far as those three aspects goes. And it varies a lot. And just to bring y'all in a little bit, I accuse him of watching red pill content too much.
She does. For no reason
because
at all.
it's crazy. Like, his algorithm is crazy. Like,
it's about positivity.
It's
and
no
love.
Positivity on red
Christianity.
It's
love.
Not. It is not. It's not.
It's not about no Christianity.
No.
I don't.
No, absolutely.
Have anything about the Lord on now?
Absolutely not. That red pill stuff is a takedown of women, especially black women. And I always say that if you had the time to fight a black woman, you should be fighting white supremacy in replace of that. And look how far we could go.
And we do.
But no, you want to address that stuff. His algorithm is getting crazy. So it inspired this video because we wanted to. I'm like, okay, so what do you want? What do they want? What do you think is reliable? What do you think is consistent? What do you think is stable? What is stable?
Consistency, dependability, and stability, and reliability.
But let's start off with consistency then.
Yes.
What do you think men want to be consistent within a relationship?
A man wants consistency in respect first, though. Because
so women don't want that?
Y'all want love.
Okay.
Love is to y'all as respect is to us. We need to be respected. Y'all need to be loved.
I do agree with that.
But what it is, when a man feels respected, he feels loved. Love to y'all is respect. But to us, we want the love, but we yearn for the respect. I want people to know when I'm out here, I want you to respect me. But I put in all kinds of, I was going to say, work to earn that respect. I take care of my family. I provide, I protect, I love. I try to help as much as I can anyway. You do the same, but you want to be loved. I want to be respected because at the end of the day, you are a woman who yearns for love. I yearn to be respected and loved. Those are the same thing.
Women require respect too. But we don't look at it like a man does.
They're the same as us.
And that's just what that is. We do require respect. And I am the weird chick, maybe my upbringing, that requires just a little bit more than the average woman. Just a little.
Because she's a little stronger than
just a little bit more than the average woman. I look at it a little differently.
The reason God sent me, because she needed way more than an average man.
So, true or false, when a man is consistent, he wants to be with you.
When a man is consistent with you, he desires to be with you. He will, because he's not going to be consistent. Now, I'm not going to lie, ladies. If a man have not been intimate with you sexually, he will be consistent to get your draws. But after that, if you see a change in him, then he's not going to be consistent. But if a man, after y'all become intimate, and he consistently still is doing everything and above and beyond, he wants to be with you long term.
So, what do you say that y'all need from us emotionally to be consistent? Because I don't want to hear this rah. I know you digest a lot of red pill stuff, so I don't want to hear this rah about women are emotional, we don't require. No, keep it real. Like, what do y'all require from us emotionally as far as consistency goes?
Emotionally, we want to know we can trust y'all with our darkest secrets. We want to feel comfortable where if we having a horrible day, you won't turn on us and be like, well, you shouldn't have did this. Now, if the person is totally incorrect, give them some correct information. But you should never down a man. A man needs from y'all to know that you want him. You need him. Even though y'all don't want to need a man, you need a man.
Don't go there with that. See,
But
that's
it's the
that
truth.
red pill stuff we're
No.
talking about.
I'm being serious. You need
There
us
you
just
go.
like we need y'all.
Thank you. And a lot of women understand that.
No.
Y'all see some videos of some
Sometimes y'all
chicks
act like you don't.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? So y'all hear one thing from one woman and y'all think that represents us all, and it doesn't.
Just like y'all hear something from one man and believe
No,
that it
we're smart
represents
enough
us.
to know.
That's some of y'all are. Sometimes
Okay, well,
some of y'all
some
go
women
with
are,
the
some women
slow
are not.
bobs a little bit on it, you know.
I'm just
But
saying.
what else do I believe we want? You said what, to be consistent with?
Yes.
Love making. A man
So y'all want
desires
consistent sex.
consistent because you don't understand when a man out here every day supposed to be to you and only you, one flesh. Take your time to look beautiful for him. Take your time to blow his mind. But men know that y'all sometimes do that to get us the one that you like and want to be with, but you don't consistently do that after you know you got us. And that hurts because, like I tell you, I put the honor restraints on me to be one with you. Because before that, I could have been with any woman. But I adore you. I love you. So I asked God. He showed me. So I put those restraints on me. And consistently, I be intimate with only you. And we have a great sex life. But some men, and I know personally also, because like I told y'all before, I was previously married. And it's not always the same. Some women are not consistent. And that makes men crazy. So, and because if he is an honorable man, he just wants to be with you. But if you're not being with him and you're I'm gonna say withholding from him, then he has to go to bed angry and unfulfilled, and that's not good. So, ladies, a man needs sex consistently, at least 3 to 4 times a week.
Calm down on the number. What's consistent to one is it's going to be different for everybody. So
That's true. But I'm talking about
a number out
a
there.
man who yearns for you. He wants you. And as much as he needed, ladies, give it to him. Trust me. He'll make sure you are happy.
Everybody's got to work that out. You got to work that out. But we also know, as men, y'all are wired. Y'all,
We are.
how you feel about yourselves and how y'all function is directly connected to sex. Like, y'all are chemically dependent on sex. Proven fact.
I'm not gonna say dependent. We yearn for it. We need it. Sir, but yes,
you are chemically dependent.
We are chemically dependent. I will agree with that. But a man who just think about sex all day, that's not a man.
No, that's
a boy.
You got something going on
in a man body. Yeah. You have some issues that need to be addressed.
You got something going on.
Go get some help.
Well, I will say when it comes to women, and this is just a big umbrella. This is just little, scopes of how we feel. Mm-hmm. I feel like we definitely need you to be consistent with being there, having our back. And
I believe that can go both ways. That's vice versa, because I do understand y'all need us to be there consistent. And we were watching the episode of and this guy, he left his family over 5 years, and now he's tricked because she done moved on and she got somebody else. You left your family. When the woman lost her, I think her mother and some more people, consistently, even if you don't know how to be there for her, stay in the room. Yeah. Never leave her side. Be a presence in there. You don't know what to say all the time, but your presence will show up and will be appreciated. And after a while, it'll get better, but never leave.
I will say that quality time is my love language.
It is mine too.
Being there consistently, especially if I'm going through a hard time, if something happened or whatever, just being there, being consistent with being there. Yeah, I can't. I don't feel loved unless that happens.
Yeah, and I am the same way. You was there with me at my lowest times, and I've been there with you. Yeah, it was the lowest times, and being in the presence, we didn't always know what to say, but I was always there. You was always there, and if we needed to talk it out, and we talked. Whatever we needed, but we stayed in the room, in the presence of each other until everything got better.
Yep. Even if I was cutting up,
yeah,
acting a fool, or I having a hard time dealing with something, work, whatever, he was always there. Very consistent with being there for me all the time.
And I want to say this to all of my brothers, all the men in here. Don't leave your woman. Don't leave your family. I know things get hard, y'all. And us as men, we don't like to look bad. We like to look like we got it going on all the time and look good and have it. But never leave your wife or your kids or your family. You stay there. And when it gets hard, you show them that you will not leave. And you pray every day, God, help me get out of this situation. And when he helps you to get out of this situation, she will appreciate you more. Her friends will notice it, her family, but God will show you. And I promise you, if this woman is in love with you, she will show you she appreciates you and she loves you, because I know we both had to do that for each other. So men, all men, it gets hard. And we are the ones that people look at first. But don't run away. You stay there and you get out of it together.
Which goes on to the next subject of being dependable.
That's right.
That's something that happens over time. That's something that's proven over time.
Yeah.
We had to go, and most of these three topics, it's something that's proven over time. Like, you're not going to be with your boo for 3 months.
Yeah,
and no,
they consistent,
right?
They're dependable. You ain't went through nothing yet.
You're not going to know that. You can show up with all the flowers. You can show up with,
and I love to give my wife flowers.
You can even go on trips and do all that, but that does not prove consistency. That doesn't prove
when time gets hard, you not gonna up and run and dodge and be gone for a while, couple of days, a couple of weeks, couple of months, couple of years, and then come back. Yeah, that is not for no man or woman. I'm speaking on both. Consistency, just like you said. For us, I need consistency in just like I said, loving me.
Yeah.
That is something that a man wants. Even though I say with respect, I want love too.
Oh, y'all act like y'all don't, especially on the red pill content. Y'all act like you don't. But the quick story: I had a girlfriend at work. She was talking to this guy for a year, and they went on trips. They went on out to the fancy dinners. They did all of that.
Yeah.
Her mother died, and homeboy went ghost. And I mean, like, this guy would. I mean, he had a good job, all that, and he would give her money, all that. But when it came down to it, he went ghost.
And it goes back to what you asked me earlier. Like I said, he did everything he could to reel her in, to get her to you make her you want him. But when the times got hard, he left. And that's a boy in a man body. I don't call that a mature man. That is a boy in a man body. Because a boy puts stuff down and you go from and be like, well, I played with it for a while. But a man, if it breaks, he's going to fix it. He's going to ask God to help. But he's going to fix it. So I hope that friend, she didn't go back to that dude.
No. She left it at that. But it just proves a point that, yeah, you can be consistent in some ways and not dependable in another. Yeah. And, it kind of has to run its own race. But he was not dependable at the end of the day. He wasn't. He was consistent with the trips and the that's bags and stuff. Material stuff.
Yeah, that's materialistic
but
stuff.
Some women get tripped up on that.
You're right. Trust me, that's the easy way. And that's why men, I hate to say this, women, but I'm giving y'all some game right now. Quit looking for a man to give you stuff. Look for him to give you his time. Because his time is more than his money. I'm going to tell y'all a little secret what I tell any woman close to me that I love. I told my wife, sisters, and anybody else. If a man make 6 figures, or if he making however much money he making, and he can give you, I'm going to give you some scenario. A man giving you $2,500, but he makes per month $7,000. He brings home. He pays his bill, take care of all his business, and he's saved up money. Him taking $2,500 out of something to give to you, you're gonna look at that as a kind, awesome gesture. But in the back of his mind, he knows this not hurting him. That's an investment. He is not invested in you. He's invested in what he can get out of you just as much as you think you got that out of him. Money, gifts, trips, that's nothing. Cars, you're a man time. Because if he's dependable, one thing about me, I will make sure I'm there for my wife, for my kids, for anybody that needs me. And I have the time and the place to be there. I will be there. However, I got to be there. Because I want to be that person you can depend on when times get hard. And I'm going to say something else. If I can't be there at that time,
I was just about to say that.
I'm a man, and my wife will tell you the truth. Vouch for me. I'll tell you I can't be there at that time, but this is what I can do for you.
Right.
That's dependability.
Being transparent about what you can and can't do is part of that.
That's right.
I mean, because if maybe he's having a hard time with grieving, or maybe something happened to him. Being transparent about that could have helped the situation, but he decided to run.
That's right.
So, on our final point, is stability.
This is gonna get a little tricky, a little dicey.
Red pill over here.
Nah, red pill over there. Come on, y'all. But this is good. This is what we need to talk about, y'all. And this is all love. Trust me, I want this.
Okay. I know. Okay, let's just get the money thing out the way. Let's
Everything's out in the open.
Let's do it. Because yes, women require stability. Even it's just the way God wired us.
But can I please interject on that?
Oh, here we go.
No. Me and you talked about this a couple of weeks ago, and I told you I appreciate you opening up to me more about that because I see it. What I was just talking about earlier with money and stuff like that. That's not no dependability. That's not consistency. He just gave you that one time. A lot of people think that is something.
Right.
But with stability, I get it now. I learned this from going through a divorce and going through a lot of stuff. And I talk to hundreds and thousands of men.
Not hundreds of thousands.
Yes, because when you live on this earth as long as I can, you've talked to a lot of men and you get a lot of stories. A woman can be stable. They need the stability, excuse me.
It's how we're wired.
Y'all are wired that way. To wait for a man to get all of the fulfillment that we want and pleasure in all the ways, women might have to not be worried about bills and their money and cars breaking down and children and all that. They need their mind focused on you or on stuff that is not overly dramatic, where they can focus on you. So you helped me with that because women, I had to take some time to myself and be like, when a woman don't worry about a lot of stuff, and if she is in tune with you and she wants you also.
Do you mean in the bedroom?
In the bedroom in any way, but especially in the bedroom.
Mm-hmm.
When y'all don't have to worry about money and your bills paid and all that, y'all can be more sexual.
That is true.
And more, freaky and stuff. So I agree with that. But that's what I wanted to say. So you helped me with that because with us as men, and men, I know we be talking about, well, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that. But when that woman has to worry also with the bills, she don't know how y'all going to, pay your bills. Y'all might get kicked out of your house. You might lose your car, your truck. Something financial with women, money is a need for men and women. But it is something they depend on because that makes their lives easier.
It does. And in the bedroom wise, we're not, our biggest sex organ is your mind.
It's your mind.
So when we're not thinking about those kind of things and
we are different.
We're good.
Yeah.
Hey, we're swinging from chandeliers, everything.
Yeah,
but how we're wired, I will say this. I know you ingested a lot of red pill content, but we need to get, as you mature and get older, you do understand that it's not mature to be dependent on that all the time. Life goes through ebbs and flows. Yeah. Things happen, and you can't let your sexual performance rely on that all the time. You can't. Sometimes, you got to power through. Sometimes, it's circumstantial, of course, but a mature woman understands that can't be dependent on that all the time. It just can't.
I'm not going to get too in depth, but my wife and I, we had a long legal matter going on. It wasn't that we did something, but it was going on. And for a while, the money ran out. And it was hard.
It was very hard.
And sometimes we didn't even know how we were going to pay this mortgage. It was hard.
And on top of that, we both were in school.
Both in school, correct.
COVID was happening.
everything you can think of, people. I'm not imagining.
Still raising kids.
Still raising kids. I actually had the oldest come back home.
Yeah.
So it was an extra mouth to feed and take care of. And people were out of work.
Yeah.
And it was hard for me too. Hard for my wife.
Yeah.
And we never lost our touch for each other.
No.
But I've seen marriages go through hell and divorce. So I say that is because that was one of the roughest, hardest time of our lives. And I mean, as a man, I had to do whatever I had to do. I don't do anything illegal. I don't do illegal nothing, no drugs, nothing like that. I never know. But I had to scrape and crawl and do what I had to do to take care of my family. My wife helped as much as she can and deal with it. She was in school. She had to get kicked out of school a few times. But I told her, don't you never stop. She graduated her school. The point is, that stability that I know what we are talking about now, I understand it with a woman. That helped me understand. We are a long ways from that. And I thank God for it every day.
But it made us stronger as a couple.
Yes, it did. It showed us something that a lot of people were breaking up over, that we stayed together, and it made us closer. And I thank God for it, because any other woman I've been with, I would bet our house on it and other stuff. They would have left me. Trust me. I said I was divorced before, so I know. But God showed me the dependable one, and it wasn't no stability at this time. I won't lie.
It wouldn't.
From both sides. She stood by my side. She stayed faithful. I stayed faithful. And we just fought. We prayed with God. We fought to get better. She finished her school. I got through with mine. We got vindicated on everything. The Lord blessed us in every way. And I mean, we was going through hell. The kids didn't even know it. But some days, didn't even want to see the kids, because these weren't babies. These were older kids. All our kids are grown now. But they were older kids. And it was just hard. But God showed us one of our fears together that we both didn't really know until we got together deep into this, like our marriage, our relationship. Dependability, trusting somebody with stability. And we didn't have it. But our consistency made it dependable.
Correct. Where we're stable.
Even in the hardest time where there wasn't no stability.
Right.
So what I'm saying is, stability to a woman, men, I'm going to agree with them. It makes them relax and help them. But doesn't give y'all an excuse, women, to go out here and say, because the man is having a rough time, I need to go find another man, or I can go cheat and do this, or I can do that. No. If you want that man, go through the hell. And I mean, we went through hell.
I mean it.
You name it. We had 2 aunties die.
We went to 2 funerals in 1 week.
In less than 3 days apiece.
Yeah.
And it's more stuff. But God made a way for us to stay together and to be dependable. And our sex drive stays strong.
Yeah. But that takes maturity too. And I mean, we enjoy our sex life.
That's right.
But that takes maturity on my part, because even though we were going through it, I knew that, I had to power through that logic of feeling like that.
And trust me, people, I'm going to get even more in depth. People were looking at us.
Oh.
People thought my wife was a fool to stay with me. And at this time, we were just in our first year or 2 of marriage. First year and some change. And
the warfare was
strong.
Very strong.
Satan was after us with every legion of demons, you can name it. And the reason I say this because now my wife, she looks smart. I look honorable and smart. She is a respected woman. We had to, God put my life on display. And with my life being on display, her life was on display because people were looking and they were making sure. They thought she was a fool. But the fool, and I love all these people. We love them. And the people who they thought they was getting us, then they were made to look like a fool.
Well, the same people who thought I was a fool are the same people who are looking up to us, asking for advice.
Ask for advice.
And that's the way God decided to use us.
That's right.
And I am his vessel, so I will lend that hand. That's why we're here.
And we're going to stay here.
But I can depend on this man. He has my back. 100%. We've been through so much to where it was, even when things happen now, I'm like, okay, we'll work it out.
That's right.
Even now, just getting into this house, we didn't know how it was going to happen.
Wee, boy, it's a story on that one now, man.
My credit score took a hit. So I didn't know how all this was going to go.
And I was transferring to another job.
So our lease is up here, and we didn't know how it was going to happen. We didn't. And my husband, he's the credit score king. Like, he keeps up with it. He's good with it. He knows what is what. He keeps me correct.
And I'm gonna give her some credit. This woman here, just like I said on our first podcast, I think I said this, but if I did, I'm saying it now. This woman has always had to be a hard worker because she couldn't depend on people. If she tell a true story, it'll touch your heart.
One day,
and some of the stuff that she went through as a kid, and what it did, it made her drive in her. She could work her tail off to the bone. I mean, she would work her butt off. Sometimes she worked 2-3 jobs just to do what she had to do. This is before my time now. That's why I knew God brought me into her life and her into my life for different reasons. Because one thing about me, if I love you and if I invest in you, you ain't gonna do this on your own. And I told her that a long time ago. And I have kept my word, but she's kept her word with almost everything she said to me. Nobody's perfect but God.
Yeah.
One person who ever walked this earth and never committed sin, never lied to Jesus Christ. But she's kept her word, and she's so strong and dependable that her work drive is so unbelievable. I gotta give her credit. And you would think she would be a person who don't have it. This woman got a drive that it pushes me, and I'm a person who I know I'm dependable. I work hard and do everything, but she, because of everything she had to go through as a child and even as a young adult, it made her be strong. So now she's in another school, and she's doing real good.
Yes, we're trying to reach new levels and new heights.
And I'm proud of
education. There will be a story time coming soon about that.
And I'm proud of this one. Yeah.
I don't want it to come out until I'm ready for it to come out. So just to wrap things up, it taught us to be dependent on each other. And now when something happens, and we just closed on our house. So congratulations to us.
Thank you. Yes, we did, y'all. And I'm happy.
Yeah.
This woman was nervous.
Yeah,
and I'm going to give y'all the quick story. We left church. We left church.
Oh, yeah. Tell that story, babe.
And so we went in front. She asked me, how would I feel about looking at the house? I said, come on, let's go.
Okay, just to back it up. We already looked at the house that we're moving into.
And we claimed it.
And we claimed it.
I claimed that.
We liked the house. We liked the neighborhood. Everything's cool. But after church, we were like, well, let's just drive by there. Let's just see. So go ahead, babe.
So when she said that, y'all, I said, yeah, let's do it. She didn't know what I had in store because I wanted to do something, because after that we were going to go eat and watch some football. So we went there, And we went back there and we pulled up I just said, I want you to hold my hand. And we started praying. And I said, God.
In the driveway.
I made a promise to you. I said, and I know you never have deceived me. I said, so please give it to us. Y'all, we leave and we go to eat. While we're eating, she looks at her email. She looked at her email, and I had the same email also. It said we were approved for that house less than 30 minutes to an hour from leaving that driveway. But I got one more part to add, y'all. Earlier that week, we also got approved for another house that we saw, but we never even went in it. We was approved for 2 houses in less than a week. But God had a plan, because the one house that we went to, we didn't get to go in. They approved us first. But I know when you jump sometime, that could not be God sometimes. That could be Satan.
Yes.
And I said, baby, I just want us to take a little time and let's see where this goes. And God blessed us to get that house that we wanted and prayed in front of.
And actually saw.
And we're moving in at a cheaper rate and everything better, and we're doing good. And so, like I said, the stability, sometimes people, it's not going to be there.
It's going to ebb and flow.
It's
especially
like the
in
ocean
this
wave.
world,
Yeah.
this economy. If you sit up here and watch all these rappers and all, they will have your head in the clouds. That is not reality for most people. So, of course, don't get some bum off the street who doesn't want to work.
Or somebody who tell you all these dreams and don't really have a plan to go with it.
Don't follow through with it. Of course.
One thing about me and her, but one thing about me, because I know my wife, I'm women, y'all are a little different. If a man talk a lot to y'all, he tell you gonna do this, you gonna do that, gonna do that, do that, but he don't have no proof to show you that he did at least 1 or 2 of the things that that takes time, you need to reassess yourself with that man. But there ain't somebody you can depend on consistently, and he damn sure don't have no stability. Those 3 go together.
They do.
Hand in hand.
They do.
But to be honest, it's like the Holy Trinity. God, husband, wife. He said if you put him over it, he's going to keep it consistently. He's going to give you stability. And he will make sure that you always have everything you need, because he's never wrong and he's always right on time.
Well, that's what happens when you're in covenant. So that's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. But anyways, YouTube, we love you. We're going to keep wrapping up the videos. I was just under the weather a little bit, but please click and subscribe if you made it all the way through this.
And talk to us. If you need anything, trust me, talk to us. We want you talk back with y'all, because trust me, I like it. And I'm seeing that it's growing. We got people, but come on, continue to grow even more, because we're all a big happy family.
Yes, and we are Christians, and we are God's vessels, and we do want to be that for y'all. We are a relatable couple. We've been through a lot, and we want to help people, especially married people who are going through warfare. We want to be there for people in those situations. That's because right. It is 100%. If you are in covenant, you will go through warfare. It's going to happen.
A promise. You're going to go through. It's a promise.
And if it's not, then you're rolling with them, and that's a whole nother story.
And
but
he didn't mess with you when you're rolling with him.
Whole other story.
For real.
But anyway, YouTube, we love you.
Peace out.